you're thirsty after, feeling the effect of the leech blade.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And uh, Rona probably doesn't like the sound of it wanting, like, the group talking about purifying it when they get back to the base, sort of thing.
Right.
So I was wondering how, I guess, so Rona's basically been the only person that has regularly fed it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it sounds so weird to say, but like the blade kind of likes Rona. I mean, it's with the attuning thing. Like, it would prefer her over Dre all day, who wants to
You're a
lock
more
it
stable
away.
food source.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. Um, I mean, when Rona was scared by the Mr. Murder guy, she summoned it, which is, like, it was kind of more of an instinctual thing than intentional.
Right.
'Cause, like, oh shit, this guy hits like a train.
Yeah. Yeah. That's I could see that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Uh,
what are you doing, Cora?
how does Death feel about the Leech Blade? Does she care at all?
Um, Means to an end. More people die means more, you know, things
Okay.
for her. So, as long as you're not like trying to come at her with it, she doesn't really care
Yeah.
too much. She's relatively
Mm.
detached from most people and the goings on of their life. Like
Okay.
this death has taken a little bit of a shine to you, but
Mm-hmm.
aside from
Oh, so
that,
I don't know how much you read of the item creation thing, but like, so when Zephyr gave me like a special rapier,
mm-hmm,
he wanted it styled so it was similar to my death in that there were like feathers and stuff.
mm-hmm.
I was wondering how she felt about that at all. If she cares about other feather stuff, like Rona is starting to don other stuff.
If you've we can explore that for a little death meeting
Okay,
if you want.
cool.
I guess do
Yeah,
we want to do that and then we can talk about near and shit?
yeah, definitely.
Okay, because I can't be on here for too long, but
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Okay, so last thing Rona remembers, I think he got stabbed in the chest by like the last
the
little bit of
side.
yeah,
Yeah,
the last
into
little bit
her
of
heart.
energy that guy had is he jammed you in the chest with that blade, and then he died, and
Hmm.
then you sort of come to, and you're in. If you had more time before the blood thirst kicked in, you'd
Hmm.
realize you're in the vault of
Yeah.
the headquarters, but um, your little friend is just hanging out above you, and the only thing you can think of when you open your eyes is how loud his pulse is, and how close his neck is, and just how delicious blood would be right now, and just you need blood.
We were talking about potentially going on a little trip before she woke up. Because I think Rona wanted to figure out more about the brick she pulled out of Mr. Does he have a name? I keep calling him Mr. Murder in the Kraken.
Um, that's a good enough name. I don't think you guys were ever provided
Okay.
with one because the
Yeah.
people who hired for that job originally were not keen to give too much information.
Mm. So, when she got stabbed,
Mm-hmm.
it was like after she hugged Death and like Death was walking away.
Yeah.
Did Death turn around at all after she got stabbed?
Uh, I would think like probably right when you got hit in the chest, she turns around. She's got this exasperated look on her face.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, "I can't leave you alone for 2 seconds. Like literally, time hasn't even passed, and you've gotten stabbed. Are you sure you're cut out for this lifestyle?"
And does Rona like have her bag or whatever like uh in this between sort of thing?
Um, it's sort of one of those things where like you and your armor are can move sort
Uh-huh.
of, but your whatever you would picture yourself, I wouldn't say spiritually, but whatever your
Mm-hmm.
spirit form would look like, that can get
Yeah.
up and walk around, but your body and all of its possessions are still on the ground getting stabbed.
Okay. Yeah, I so something I actually wanted to have Rona mention was she wasn't sure if the Arch Magus died for
Mm-hmm.
real. I mean, time was fixed, and she saw him fall after she shot him. But so basically, like, whenever she's accused of being like incompetent, she's basically mentally going back to that, like, no, like I even killed an archmagus sort of
Yeah,
thing.
one with the power over time. I killed him.
And with death, uh, Rona has actually been warming up a lot more, but she feels like she can't really be very effective as a vampire
Hmm.
because she's getting distracted by her thirsts and weaknesses and stuff. Um, yeah, I don't think she's interacted with death for very long, like outside the getting the vampires and thing. Because Drell like put the knife in her hand like immediately afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably time for like conversations and stuff because time is weird in this kind of
Mm-hmm.
between realm. But yeah, y'all haven't gone like on, you know, a little walk or anything like that. Usually it's a quick conversation and then wake up.
So, uh, do scars and stuff remain when vampires resurrect? I'm wondering if Rona gets to keep that, or if like the part where Mr. Murder stabbed her, like in the heart.
Um, I can go either way on it. Whichever way you think
Okay,
would be cooler.
I think this keeping the scar would be cooler.
Okay. Now the question is it a scar or do you just have like an open wound there for as long as you're a vampire?
It's a scar.
Okay, I can dig it.
Yeah. Uh, I was kind of wondering if Rona could get a look at the church in this in between time.
The place that's being built.
Yeah. So,
Hmm.
she wants to know what death even wants with all the souls that she's giving her.
She'll take you somewhere, but not to a place currently under construction.
Okay.
So, she says, "Well, you being dead, a dead undead. There's a whole lot of loopholes here. We have a little bit more time until your friends can wake you up, or I guess until she." She has something on her wrist. It's some round thing that's ticking. It doesn't make any sense based on anything you've seen. But she
Mm-hmm.
taps it, and she goes, "Yeah, well, it looks like you've got a little time till the, uh, let's call it the rude awakening. Um, do you want to? I can just make time go by quicker for you, or what would you like to do?"
Everyone is probably gonna smile like this really really shit eating grin sort of thing and say something about like killing time. Sounds fine.
I get it. It's a joke because death. I'm death and killing. Yeah, I like it. That's good. I don't really have humor often here. It's people are very serious about death or about dying. I guess they don't really know about me until they meet me. Anyway, um, what do you, I don't. Is this a date or what do we what? And she's like blushing and looking the other way. She's like,
We're just gonna cock our head.
not that I expect or not that I want that. It's just asking a for profession for clarification.
Yeah, at this point, Red is gonna like take Death's hand and just walk away. Like, I don't know, off somewhere. What does the area look like?
Uh, it's this weird. Uh, it's almost like the monarchy where you were is slowly fading away and being replaced by this. It's it looks like a nice peaceful place. Like there's gently swaying grass and like flowers and trees and stuff, but it's all grayscale
Mm-hmm.
except for these buildings, which are in the distance, which are like brilliantly colored and it almost looks like they emit light themselves, not like through lanterns or anything, but the building itself just kind of glows. And she says, just two things. Well, one, I
Mm-hmm.
guess I normally don't let people touch me, so feel special. Usually, if they do, I just rip their soul out. I guess it's all about intent. If you do it angrily, then we have a problem. Anyway, would you like to see some things that I guess that we've built?
Yes.
Great.
And in response to the touching comment, she's gonna like hold up the hand with the ring on it and say that she kind of assumed that she was special because of that.
Fair point. Fair point. I guess each of us has sort of a chosen favored one. It's a whole thing. There's a lot of politics involved, and some people are very businesslike about the whole thing. But I do it more on gut feeling. Um, anyway, so remember when you know how we're very possessive of the souls that we take?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, this is why. And she extends her hand towards the buildings, and each like brick in the facade of these buildings is a slightly different color, and like it seems to be swirling in a different way, and it looks like they're all made out of different things but the same general substance, which
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's like different cuts of marble almost. Like you could tell they're all marble, but each one looks different because of the stuff inside of it.
Yeah.
She says, "Well, this is what we use them for. Um, we're it's really hard to explain, but we're making a world here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. How many red ones can Rona see
Um.
in comparison to other colors? Like not like an exact thing, but like just a
Right.
general.
Um. Well, as you're counting, she goes, Do you want a better view?"
Sure.
And she she like squeezes your hand a little bit, and you guys begin to float into the, I guess, air above this place, and uh, it looks like, I mean, this is a place like the size of New York City probably, and it's just different sizes and shapes of building as far as the eye can see, and there's so many different colors. Like a few of them are red. There's some blue ones. There's some green ones. There's some that are yellow. There's some that are swirling with different colors, but it seems like mostly they're one of like 8 different colors.
Mm-hmm.
And there doesn't seem to be like a huge difference in the number of like which ones are what color. It all seems to be
Yeah.
pretty evenly distributed. She says, I told you time is strange here, but we've been working on this for a long time, and you this isn't the only world that we work within, or the only plane that we work within, I suppose. I
Can we take a closer look?
I it's best to be about here. There's certain properties to the buildings, and it's for a being like you, it would be unwise to get too close, lest you become a more permanent part of the scenery.
Hmm. And so Rona's actually gonna stare at it for a while, and then she's gonna ask where she would have fit in if she wasn't able to complete her deal initially, because she's kind of putting it together. Like, so when the deal was made, she kind of already knew it was more of a business thing than a personal
Yeah,
thing. But part of the reason Rona really liked interacting with Death afterwards is because like seeing potential in her.
yeah.
So she's really curious about that.
She says, "Well, really, it depends on when your path ends. Originally, you would have been a pretty decent brick. Um, Maybe a few days ago or a few weeks ago, you would have been maybe the one of the higher stones in an arch. But I mean, now there's really no limit. I'm not sure. I'm getting to the point where I feel like trying to find a place to put your spirit is a waste. There's nothing that feels right. these are just buildings. I'm bad at words sometimes.
I half expected it to be a garden or something with like statues of people you collect.
Mm. Well, we're mostly on the city planning phase of things, and perhaps in the future we'll have time for more decorations. But building a world is long and hard, and you have to have your eyes on the distant goals and fill in the other stuff as you go.
And at this point, Rona probably wants to float back down to the ground.
Okay. Um,
So
yeah,
the
she'll take you down.
souls,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the souls I collect, they go to this, like all of them.
Yes.
Do you know where they individually are?
To an extent. Usually, all the souls within a certain time frame go to certain buildings that are being constructed. Um, there's a strain. I have a bit of a connection to them, being what I am. I can touch the materials and see who they were and what they did, and sometimes how they're still feeling. It's don't don't tell anyone this, but the religions have it wrong. There there is an afterlife, but the burning fires or the perfect eternal resting place, they're not real.
Yeah,
There's
Rona's not gonna really tell anyone because, like, one point when she was kind of asked about it, she's like, "No, like, secret trusts are supposed to be secret."
mm-hmm.
Um, another, and she kind of like looks towards death at this part. It's like, I can't really do it without people thinking I'm crazy, even though I know this isn't.
Yeah, that's one of the I guess unfortunate consequences of being one of the few people in the world who knows the truth about some things is um, if it's too hard for people to accept, they just believe it's fake. Um, so it gives us a little bit better chance to operate, I suppose. Silver lining on the clouds, and then she looks up at the clouds floating overhead, and she goes, "Well, I guess everything's kind of different shades of silver here. Um, I guess we'll have to get to coloring the rest of the world at some point. That's that's gonna
Painting the town red.
that's the goal." And she kind of she smiles and then blushes a little bit.
She Rona kind of wants to ask them what are answering people when they pray, but she's not going to. But I mean, like, so she's still taking some things that Death says with like a pinch of salt.
Yeah.
Um, but like she super believed in at least something
Mm-hmm.
answering, whether or not that's death. Like, she actually even wanted to ask Death at one point if she was like this obscure goddess desert, like
Mm-hmm.
desert goddess. Because like she's never seen feathers or anything like from the region she's from.
Gotcha.
Um, like her in my mind, like her father is like this retired, very well seasoned adventure mercenary guy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, who made quite a bit of a name for herself. So she actually wanted to move far away from him, like so that she could work on her
Get your
own
own
name.
glory. Yeah.
Yeah, because back in Crete, like Rona could have become like a ranger captain just
Mm-hmm.
from the get go, just because of how well known her family is. Like not like for wealth or anything, just prestige, I guess.
Right. Right. I got you. Yeah,
Yeah,
Ash is kind of the same way. Like she actually changed her last name after her parents were killed because she wanted to make her name
yeah,
as a bard on her own.
yeah.
So same's.
Mhm. Um, Also because she came to Argent Springs because she knew it was somewhere her brother and sister wouldn't actually try following her to
Yeah,
because of the heat.
because it's a shithole.
So she came to Argent Springs for like two reasons, but I don't know what scene would be the most appropriate, but like when Rona's warming up to death,
Hmm.
she's actually gonna tell her that like one of the reasons she kept picking up the ring and trying to call it is before she met death, she actually was kind of scared of dying alone in a shithole where basically nobody knew her name.
Hmm.
But after meeting her, she's pretty sure she doesn't have to worry about dying alone
Oh,
since death will be there.
yeah. Well, if you tell her that,
Yeah.
you get to the spot where you say you were scared of dying alone in a shithole, and she says, "I know.
Yeah.
That's why I came.
But
No one dies
now,
alone."
but now I'm not scared of that. Rona's gonna hold her hands and try to go in for a kiss if like she's reading that she can.
Yeah, she's not gonna like stop you.
Mhm.
She seems completely bewildered by the course of events, just because this is not an action most people try to perform on the embodiment of death.
Yeah.
But yeah, she doesn't like fight it or anything. She goes, "Well,
No.
that was unexpected, but not not bad. Just unexpected. Look at the time." And she looks down at her wrist, and she's like, "I gotta get you back to your body soon. This next part's not gonna be great."
Okay, so when I imagined this scene playing out, like the before waking up scene and the
Hmm.
waking up scene, I was like, kiss of death. So Rona kisses death, and then she opens her eyes and she gave Mason the kiss of death.
Nice. Yeah. So when the area around you begins to fade back from
Hmm.
the grayscale, it's not the Monanki anymore. It is the vault for the guild hall, and like the color begins to seep in, and that's when like she plops you down in the bed, and you could tell where you're supposed to lay down because your body
Hmm.
is already there,
Yeah.
which I'm sure still has to be a weird thing regardless of how many times you die.
Oh yeah, totally.
Um, and she goes, "You're gonna have a little bit of a hard time ahead, but um, I'm here if you need me." And then she leans over and gives you a kiss, and
Hmm.
then uh, you feel a little pressure on your forehead, and that's when you wake up and Mason is leaning over you.
Oh no. I'm okay, so I'm probably thinking about like how dry my throat is.
Mm-hmm. Just
Oh.
it's like when you came to Argent Springs and you had to march
Hmm.
through that desert, and it was a day and a half after you ran out of your last water ration, and you
Oh
squeezed the
no.
sweat out of your clothes and you had nothing to drink, and it's that level of parched when you wake up and you see that source of life-giving liquid just pumping in this fool's neck, just so close, just
So
just right
I
there.
probably don't bite him right away, but I probably do kind of like snap over and like act like, say, a haunted nightmare sort of thing where
Yeah.
I grab someone.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm probably like grabbing him at first, like his wrist, because he was pressing the cloth,
Yeah.
and like staring at him as like I'm trying to recover from dying and waking up, because that can't be fun.
Yeah. And he says, "Oh, my lady, you're here. I'm so happy. It's been a little while. Are you feeling okay? You look strange."
So I leveled that last session.
Mm-hmm.
And because of how this played out, I took the advancement of piercing fangs.
Mm-hmm.
So my fangs do an additional d6.
Great. That's so good.
So I was gonna right after this scene played out, like on the level up section,
Mm-hmm.
uh, Rona has found her piercing fangs in Mason's neck.
Yeah, I'm thinking like these are almost like shark teeth in, sharpness and quantity, but
Mhm.
longer, and you can almost move them in their gums to where you
Yeah.
can just kind of tear through pretty much anything much, much easier.
Yeah, I was thinking like dramatic anime vampire things.
Have you ever watched Supernatural?
I have, yeah.
Remember the vampires when like the pointy teeth just kind of grow through the gums over the
Hmm.
regular teeth? Could be
Yeah.
something like that.
Oh God. See, so whenever I imagine vampires, I always think of Supernatural, and then like when my friend roped me into watching True Blood, and I
Mm-hmm.
can't stop thinking about the way the teeth click when they like unsheathe their fangs,
Blick, blick.
like
Teeth clicking's a bad sound.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's is that when you go in for the
Oh
kill,
yeah,
literally?
that's how I pull him in for a neck kiss.
Okay. So when you're in your blood fury thing, you're pretty much
Hmm.
completely out of control, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what happens is I go for the nearest thing that I can drink
Mm-hmm.
until I'm no longer thirsty.
Yeah.
So because I did that when I died, I wake up with full health, empty thirst.
Yep. Um, so yeah, you wake up and you feel like you're full of energy, like you just had the best power nap. And then
Hmm.
as things sort of come into focus, you look around and you're like, this vault didn't used to be red. This weird, dark, shiny red. And then you look and it's sort of just
Oh.
like dried bits and pieces and blood-soaked
Hmm.
cloth, but most of Mason is on the ground and is sort of like withered like a mummy husk, except for the
Hmm.
arms which have been pulled off and also drained clean. You basically used
Hmm.
the like whatever arteries are running through the shoulder joint as a giant
Yeah.
straw to suck all the blood out of the arms.
Uh-huh.
And for some reason you put them sort of back near the body, but just like
Hmm.
4 feet away. So it's like he's some
Yeah.
weird Stretch Armstrong. I don't know, but yeah. So when that happens, what is your response when everything sort of clicks together?
So if Rona's throat could actually work, she probably would scream at that point,
Hmm.
but it can't. Um, it's just really tight, and she's just kind of looking around. So I assume the reason the vault is locked is not because of Rona, but because of Mason watching over Rona.
Yeah, probably so. I think he when you like if you look at the body, there's a ring of keys near it. That's
Mm-hmm.
it's got like a little strip of leather that it looks like he tried to tie them to his belt loop, sort of like a like a janitor key set or something, so he could have access to it.
Yeah. So I mean, a bunch of people were asking me how Rona would feel about killing Mason,
Uh
and
huh.
it's like Mason is the only person she didn't intend to kill.
Okay, well that's good to know.
Yeah, so hold on. Everyone else that she's ever killed, she intended to.
Okay, I
E
thought you meant like
even,
I intend to kill everyone in the guild except for Mason, which is a much different read on that sentence.
I mean, kind of, but no. um, no, so everyone that Rona has ever killed, like even when she killed the two quote unquote innocents,
Mm-hmm.
so I was playing her as mostly doing it because of the blade, but she still planned it out, like and was conscious for it.
Right.
I mean, like, she hated herself afterwards, but she decided to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she feels absolutely devastated seeing this, like more than even her own death.
Yeah.
Especially because like she really did intend to. I don't know how much time she would get to have with Mason since like we only got to have him pop in for like 2 minutes for those couple sessions.
Yeah, I think Rona's been relatively busy, so you
I
probably didn't have
mean,
much time with him. I know there's like,
yeah,
evenings and stuff after you come back from
right,
missions, so it might have been like, little things here and there, but I don't think
yeah.
you guys got to spend like a ton
Well,
of time around each other.
so actually, I only got to go out on 2 sessions since we picked him up.
Hmm.
Um,
Okay.
I was kind of thinking that the times that Rana was back at the guild, she
Hmm.
was teaching him how to read.
Okay. Yeah. You know what? So, um, like as you shift around in bed, realizing what you've done,
Mm-hmm.
you hear a clatter on the floor, and there's a few books that fall over, and it looks like he was trying to read to you while you were unconscious.
Oh my god. No. Okay, so at this point,
I'm gonna
where
rub
is?
this in as hard as I can.
Oh no, I love it, but like, I'm still fucking sad. Um, so I mean, like one of the main reasons that Rona actually started to feel pity for him, like switching from making fun of him for not being able to read,
Yeah.
was when we were walking in the street and we were all drunk.
Hmm.
Mason was saying it's really cool that there's a symbol for money on the bag of money that Jonathan's wizard had,
Yeah.
so that you can't lose it. You know where it is. And he's like, it's like my mom always said before she left me at the market.
Uh,
So Rona's actually really, she really did want to make turn his life around, and
yeah.
she was gonna try figuring out how to fix him after the cure happens.
Hmm.
So
Well,
saying this is like life giving her the middle finger.
a little bit.
Uh, she's gonna call death, or at least try to, and try looking for wherever those coins are.
Hmm. I think Gerald, they had a bunch. I'm sure there's some in the vault.
Oh yeah,
We'll have to figure out the accounting part of things. We can fudge stuff
yeah.
if we figure out the numbers on
One of the
the
other
message board.
things was so we got coins for Dunwall, the Green Cloaks,
Hmm.
and like the other innocent lady. But I meant to ask, do I get any other ones for the wizard or Mr. Murder?
Um, did she ask you to kill that murder guy?
No, but she Rona gave her the like the brick.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna say you probably get like an extra, let's say four, like two per kill.
Okay. So I have 9 coins
Okay.
because I stole one from Dre all day, like the one that was a different
Yeah.
death. He let me keep it.
Nice. Okay. Um,
Mm.
so you said you're gonna call on her?
Yeah, Ron is basically going to be calling her, like putting the ring on, and she's basically not getting off the bed, and she's like shaking while looking at all of Mason.
Yeah. You feel like uh, a hand kind of run its fingers through your hair, and then the arm rests on your shoulder. She says, "I told you this wouldn't be pretty. I'm sorry.
You you fixed me, can't you fix him?
You were you were in one piece, and you were a special case. I know he was your friend, but the energy expenditure to bring him back on my part is the the cost doesn't match the reward. We have to be pragmatic with our energies, lest we spend them and the same thing that happened to Orange happens to me."
At that point, Ron is actually gonna look away from Mason. What happened to Orange?
I I'd rather not get into it. It's bad.
So what am I supposed to do with the body if I can't bring him back?
If you remember those coins I've been giving you,
Yes.
for a certain amount, I can pull some strings. I can pull strings further up the line, let's say, and this problem will be taken care of. But there is a cost.
Besides the coins?
Yes, this is a cost that I cannot prevent.
And what's this cost?
You'll forget Mason. Everyone who Mason has ever met will forget he existed.
Oh no.
I can go earlier in his timeline and hire someone for a job and make sure that when he's left at the market, he's never found alive.
Oh my god. Um, no, so Jordan's laughing. Rona actually probably starts crying. Like Rona isn't really someone who cries.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I know it's not ideal. I am trying to work with you on this. I understand death has or loss of life has certain effects on people. I'm not trying to be cold. I'm just offering solutions. You can either tend to the cleanup yourself, or I can deal with the cleanup for you in the past for some of those coins.
So Rona isn't gonna answer directly, and she's just gonna like say, "But he trusted me." Oh no, that's so good that hunt. So Rona, is there is there a way for just Rona to remember?
Nope. Oh,
No,
she
okay.
says, "This is going to hurt me, but you're special. Give me all the coins you have, and there'll be an extra cost. And if you want to remember him, I can make you the one who killed him in the past."
Oh my god, I didn't think that could get more intense. Oh no. Oh, so I was trying to weasel stuff out of Andrew
Mm-hmm.
about the Mason thing.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I didn't think it would be like this sad. It's so good though.
I've got all kinds of things to tell you after we stop recording.
Okay. Um, uh, is there a way I can find out what this other cost is?
The cost is you're going to lose a little bit of yourself in the process.
Like what?
It This isn't a thing I've tried before, but usually it's fundamental memories, or the ability to feel certain emotions, or um, sometimes you go colorblind. Um, it's This is all information I've gotten from the others when they've done something like this. It is not a thing that is undertaken lightly. There will be incredible strain placed on you and on me, and I'm only offering this because of our relationship.
Rona's gonna go for. She's gonna hate herself for this, and
Mm-hmm.
she's even gonna look like it. Nobody remember Mason
Okay.
because she doesn't want to put that extra strain on Death if
Yeah.
there's no way to bring Mason back.
So you're sitting in the clean room of the vault.
Mm-hmm.
You have 3 coins left. You have
Okay.
no idea where 5 of your coins went.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, "Was there anything else I could do for you?"
No, thank you.
I'm sorry.
I just no. I think I really mean it. Thank you. I wait, and she's like, wait, why am I thanking her? Or does she still remember it? Like at this point, does
Nope.
she forget already? Okay, cool. And
The,
Miranda's
the
just gonna
second
kind
you
of
agreed to it, the coins disappeared, Mason disappeared, and all memory of Mason disappeared.
yeah. I mean, I think Rona would kind of be like, wait, what were we talking
Yeah,
about?
it's like reading a government paper that's been redacted. Like you've got, um, death helped with.
Hmm.
So yeah, you probably feel thankful, but like vaguely thankful for a thing you can't figure out why you're thankful for.
Yeah. Um, I mean, otherwise, Rona feels pretty good. Uh, and she's probably going to like squeeze Death's hand before letting her go because I assume Death is wanting to leave.
She looks kind of sad about the whole situation, and she goes, "You won't know what I'm talking about, but you made the right choice. Nobody should have to experience that twice." And
I'll take your word for it.
yeah, she just looks sad, and she gives you a quick hug, and then you're alone in the vault.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Brandon's probably going to spend the rest of the time that passes
Mm-hmm.
meditating or whatever, trying to think on where she should go from there because she at this point all she can think of her messing up or apologizing for it. Like she's starting to assume, oh, maybe Death brought me back like after I got stabbed because I fucked up.
That sounds good. I like it. Um,
I mean, she remembers the kiss and stuff, but that's about
right.
it.
Yeah. So there's like, you still remember the date and all that kind of stuff that happened because that wasn't really Mason adjacent until you came to.
Mm-hmm.
So all that still happened. As you know, well, all of it happen. It's a whole thing. Timelines are stupid. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop recording here, and
Okay.
we're at like 42 minutes. So geez.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're good. And my computer is acting weird. So what I'll do
No.
is we'll get on the Google Hangout thing, and we can
Okay.
talk about Nier.
Yeah, that's cool. God, has Nier ever gone on sale for the PS4 yet? I know it came
I
out
I
recently.
bought it on sale for $40.
Okay.
What you can do is put it on your wish list, and then
Oh,
sales go Tuesday to Tuesday usually. So just check
yeah.
on like Friday or something, or whenever payday is, and then
Hmm.
you can check all the items on your wish list and see which ones are on sale that way.
Yeah. I have like a fun money fund like for